Hello everybody, I'm Belinda Smith, as you know, from Renovation Secrets, and with me today is Adrian Mason, who is the distributor for Trex products. Good morning, Adrian.
Oh, good morning, Belinda. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. Firstly, we'll get started by finding out for my students and my guests a little bit about yourself, Adrian.
Yes, well, my name's Adrian Mason. I reside in Perth, Western Australia. I have been here since 1980, which is a long time. I first got involved in the back in, it's busy here, back in 1987 when I left school and became a carpenter. And so that makes about 30 years in the construction industry in Australia.
Yeah.
And now I'm involved in the wholesale importation of Trex composite decking. So it's good.
Your products, tell us about Trex and what Trex represents.
Well, Trex is what we call composite decking. Some people call it artificial, some people call it fake, but it's basically a wood alternate product. And the main thing about it is it's very low maintenance and you don't need the regular sanding, sealing, oiling as you do with your old-fashioned wood decks.
And how long has this been available in Australia?
I guess it's been available since probably around 2008, 2009. We got involved in early 2010.
And who buys your products?
A lot of people buy our products. We sell a great deal of it. It's the people who are just sick of looking after traditional wood. They don't like the splinters. They don't want to spend time maintaining their deck. They prefer just to enjoy their weekends. So that's what Trex does. It gives you more time to enjoy your weekends with the family instead of just working on your deck in the backyard.
And can the ordinary DIYer install these composite products?
Oh, certainly. It's quite an easy install, and that's one of the ways that the professional tradesmen and I guess the DIY guys save money is because they save time when they go and install it. It installs on a standard subframe that you'd have under a timber deck.
Yep.
So 450 millimetre centres. You got your stirrups, your concrete underneath that, your stirrups, your bearers, your joists at 450 millimetres, and then you install your decking over the top. So the timber decks that are all rotten has the same subframe as a Trex deck does, so you can often replace the boards without even redoing the subframe.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure people aren't aware of that. And how easy is it to cut? What does it come? How does it come? What length?
Yeah, it comes in lengths, 5.48 metres currently, and that's because it's an imperial length, so it's not metric. It's actually 18 foot, but we convert it to the metric 5.48 metres.
Yep.
And you can cut it, plane it, rip it, drill it, anything you like with normal woodworking tools, and you don't need to treat the cut ends. With
normal timber deck, obviously the ends splinter, the product splinters and splits when drilling and screwing and nailing it down. So these sound like fantastic products. My friend has just installed one in her back area, her back deck, and she chose it because it's exposed to a lot of sun, and she just didn't want to be restaining her timber deck every 12 months. So she chose a composite product. So do these products fade at all in sun, or do they wear and tear? What's their wear time like in weather conditions?
Well, there's 3 generations of composites, but we're onto our 3rd generation. It's got a capping on it, and that capping has really improved the composite from Trex. It's given it a guarantee of 25 years against fading and staining. So they've always had a 25-year warranty, structural warranty against warping, splitting, twisting, termites, that sort of thing. But now with the capping on board, it has an appearance warranty, guaranteed not to fade or stain for 25 years.
Fantastic.
So yes, they do resist the staining.
And price-wise, how do they compare? How does your product compare with, say, your timber decking?
It's quite a bit more expensive up front. But in the long run, when you take into account the maintenance, the oiling, sealing, sanding, all that sort of stuff, they end up a lot cheaper.
Mm.
And also, we get a lot of people who come in and say, look, we've had a deck for like 1 or 2 years. It's completely had it. We need to replace it. So they install a Trex deck. And if they'd gone with a Trex deck in the first place, they would have saved a whole stack of money.
Yeah, once it's in, it's in. We're talking at one of our boot camps about considering a composite deck for things like rental properties, particularly when some of our students have rental properties that are a long way away from where they live. So to go and treat a normal standard timber or treated pine deck every 12 months with stain is just not a feasible thing to do. So obviously this is something that we actually suggest. They definitely have their place. And yes, more money up front. And when people are thinking about flipping homes, maybe not so if they're just going to sell the home and then the maintenance of a product is not their problem, although your products look fantastic. But, you know, maybe in that circumstance, a normal timber deck might do it. But definitely if you're going to hang on to a property for long term, I actually wouldn't even consider timber anymore.
That's a really interesting point, Belinda. What we actually find is when people walk into a house and they see the decking, without being sexist, the lady goes, oh, that's fantastic. I love this house. And the man goes, oh my goodness, it's going to be heaps of maintenance. Well, if you've got a good sales guy and you're selling your house, even flipping it, he can turn around and say to them both, look, yeah, it is decking and it does look fantastic and it will, you know, improve your lifestyle, but it's Trex. There's not going to be the normal maintenance. And so it makes them both happy, both the man and the wife.
Actually, you said that it was sexist, but we all know that women buy houses, they make the decisions, and the men, they're along for the ride. So long as we cater for men with the garages and the outdoor areas and a few bits and pieces where they tick it off, the men, the women are the decision makers in the process. That's been proven, I think, quietly proven. Every man knows that. We see it at auctions all the time.
Yes, that's true.
And so on your website, you've got other products than just the decking?
So, yeah, you're right, Belinda. We do have the railing or balustrading, as we call it in Australia. And it's the same flavour as all the Trex products in that it's environmentally friendly. Trex never cut down a tree in their entire existence. It is very low maintenance. So they've got the same 25-year structural warranty and 25-year fade and stain warranty. So my favourite is the white one because that goes really well with the Hamptons look.
Yep.
And it looks like painted timber. But you never need to paint it because it's pre-finished and you just install it. It's great.
And so what about your product is making it popular at the moment? Is it just the wear and tear? Is it the look? Like, why do you believe that it's selling?
Oh, it's the same reason why Trex invented it over a quarter of a century ago, was for the low maintenance aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves the look and the lifestyle that a deck brings, but nobody wants to do the work on it. Decking in a backyard is great. I mean, no one ever said, let's go hang out on the paving. But everyone says, let's go hang out on the decking.
That's so true.
But they didn't want the work. So that's why Trex came on and invented the product. And these days, it just looks so good. It looks really realistic. People just don't even know it's not timber. But yeah, the owners love it because they don't have to work on it.
And what trends do you forecast? Outdoor, indoor trends?
Oh, that's a great question. I know all about that because I've just got back from the International Builders Show in Orlando, Florida.
Yep.
And I spent 2 days going around to thousands of stands, talking to so many people and really getting a feel of what's happening in the American market plus the international market. So some of the trends that are coming, well, colours, for instance, is going to be grey, which is already here, but it's interesting that our most popular colour currently is the Island Mist, which is a streaky coastal grey. Other things that are coming on board, which you've probably seen yourself, Belinda, is what I call the luxury hatch syndrome, where people want a smaller car, but they want all the features. So like a Mercedes hatch instead of a great big car. So they're looking for smaller properties and they're looking for all the features. So they want a deck, they want a really nice backyard, they want a place to relax, but they're not the huge acre blocks or quarter acre blocks that we've been traditionally having in Australia. The other trend that's really coming on board is what we call all ages access. But being all ages is certain things such as wide doorways throughout the whole house, no steps, and the decking really lends at this because you can install a deck outside at zero cost or the same level as the internal floor level. You can use recessed thresholds for your sliding door, and then there's no steps, no bumps or anything. So those things are really coming into the Australian market. And the other one, which I was pretty excited about when I saw it at Orlando, was the Trex decking used for cladding on exterior of a house.
Yeah.
So not the whole house, just in feature panels, and it just looks great. So we recently installed a new display in Perth, and we did the display down the bottom with the decking, and then we put the Trex decking up the wall as cladding, and it looks great.
Yeah, I agree. Even internally, there's quite a lot of the internal floor cladding at the moment that people are using here and there for feature walls, etc. It is definitely on trend. Totally agree with you about the luxury hacked, which is quite a funny term.
What's your term? What is the proper term, Belinda?
Look, I don't know. We'll make one up. But it's so true. Here in Australia, the same. You know, Sydney, all these single blocks traditionally are being divided into dual occupancy houses, but no one wants to miss out on any features. So the smaller plunge pools, the indoor-outdoor living, the straight from inside onto the deck with the outdoor kitchen, the small backyard, they can still watch their children play while they're in the kitchen, all that open outdoor feel. It is definitely on trend, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon. So where can people find more about you? What's your website?
Well, the main Australian website is au.trex.com, and that has a lot of information from Trex Company. My website, wctdistributors.com, is for West Australians because we distribute the Trex product in Western Australia. There's also the other states where you can go to deckingsolutions.com.au and find some information there. But I'd say the main one is au.trex.com.
Thank you. And for our students who are Australia-wide, they can order online?
We don't sell to the public. We import and then distribute them through all the hardware stores.
Who are your major hardware suppliers or stores?
Best thing to do is go to au.trex.com and search for your local retail outlet.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you for your time. And yes, we think that these composite products, they're not going away. There'll be more and more of them. They're fantastic. They're long lasting. And like you said before, stage 1, stage 2, now stage 3, they're getting better and better. So thank you for your time today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Belinda. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
It's been a pleasure, Belinda. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.